I'm Dr. Julie Spaniel, and I'm the president of the Academy for Private Dental Practice. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about the Academy for Private Dental Practice, and some of you may not even know this. But our very first meeting was in February 4th of 1956. There were 29 dentists that got together. And what they realized was that there were plenty of places that you could learn to be a better clinician. But nobody was talking about how to be a better dental business owner. How do we grow leaders? How do we become better leaders in our practices, in our communities, in the organizations that we serve? How is it that we can grow our practices to serve our patients? And so in those early years, their mission was to align with the shared values, actually then, with the American Dental Association. And those are written in our very first meeting minutes from 1956, 69 years ago. So this is our 69th annual meeting of what was then called the American Academy of Dental Practice Administration, ADPA. And this organization, I actually came to this organization in 1997 because I happened to buy a practice in 1995 by a member of this organization. And a couple years into practice, she said to me, Julie, you ought to come to this organization. And what happened here transformed my life. It transformed my practice. It transformed who I am as an individual. And as I grew and I was able to grow my practice, I only missed one meeting, and that was due to a birth of a child. And I will tell you, this organization, you, the community members, the people that are here, our members, our long-term members, our guests that come that might be early career dentists, our dental students that come to learn a little bit more about leadership in private practice. You all play an integral role in growing and developing because it takes a team. But while over the years I was developing my practice with the mission of the Academy for Private Dental Practice, which is to empower dentists to lead with heart and to foster authentic relationships and collaboration so that we can create private practices that transform lives. That's our mission. And while I was able to do that, what I realized was that all the while, and since 1987, when I was a freshman dental student, I joined the American Student Dental Association. And the American Dental Association, over all the years, has had my back. What I needed was a bigger voice behind me. And in all the years that I was growing and developing my practice and raising 4 kids and focusing on the growth of that private practice for my patients' benefit, I had a voice behind me the entire time. And even though in all those years I didn't have time to be involved in organized dentistry, and I didn't know what they were doing for me, I know I had that power and that voice behind me that allowed me to do what I did in my practice over those years. And I grew a practice that was beyond my wildest dreams. And I did that with the help of the people in this room and a bigger voice behind me. And with that, I would like to bring to the stage a dear friend of mine, a dear friend of the Academy, one of our new members of the Academy for Private Dental Practice, and the president of the American Dental Association, Dr. Brett Kessler.
Thank you, Julie. Can you hear me? So excited to be here again. Last year I was here and I think I was crying in the first 5 minutes of the very first lecture. This one took me about 45 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Bernstein. I'm really excited. Last year when I was here, Julie and I got to thinking, how can we work together? How can the ADA and APDP work together? And over the year, we've had a lot of discussions with not only one-on-one, but with your leadership to create a memorandum of understanding where we can actually leverage each other's strengths and work together, where 1 + 1 doesn't equal 2, but 1 + 1 = 10. The American Dental Association is lacking resources for the private practicing dentist. APDP, that's your expertise, and we welcome your help in providing information to our members who want this. The the practicing dentist modalities right now, 70% of practicing dentists are in the private practice realm. Okay, there are new practice modalities that are growing, and they're growing fast. And we at the ADA get a lot of guff, I would say, for not supporting the private practice because there's not an organization that was willing to help us do that. Most private practices are siloed. APDP brings it together, and it brings us these amazing resources that we can grow the private practice modality. So I'm really, really excited about what we can do together. Our hope is that we can grow APDP. Our hope is that APDP can help grow ADA, and together grow the profession of dentistry. The ADA's mission is to ensure member success and improve the overall health of the communities we serve. Me being a private practice dentist my entire career, I've had an amazing opportunity to have relationships with my patients, and that was first and foremost. That was our philosophy. Clinical excellence, all that stuff was great, but really what I remember most is the relationships I had with my patients. I learned a lot of that from people in this room. You guys are the leaders, and we need to expand your reach, and we will all benefit as a result. So we've created a kind of an agreement. It'll look like webinars, it'll look like articles, it'll look like regional meetings,
mentorship programs.
Grow leadership, grow clinical excellence, business acumen, motivational speakers like we heard this morning.
Amazing.
There's so many opportunities here of what we can do together. So.
We, on behalf of the Academy for Private Dental Practice, are truly honored and grateful for this relationship, and we truly look forward to developing this further.
Likewise.
So thank you very
Likewise.
much.
All right.